be talking to players from the entire team.
Today, I'm joined by Peyton Chattenay.
What's your mindset when you step on the mound?
When did you learn you were going to be in Orleans?
What do you think that feeling is going to be like?
Hi, Cape League fans. This is Coach K, manager of the Orleans Firebirds, and I'm here to tell you that Cape League baseball is back this summer, and it's time to meet the Bird King.
Welcome into another edition of Meet the Bird Gang 2.0. My name is Noah Searson, and as of the date that we are releasing this episode, we are officially 9 days away from Firebirds opening day. Really excited. I'm in Orleans right now, and it's going to be a fun season. And today on the episode, joining me, giving me some of his time today, is Kent State catcher Justin Miknis. Justin, thank you so much for giving me some of your time today.
Thank you. How's it going?
It's going great. If you can't tell, I'm like super stoked. I wish the season could literally start tomorrow, but we got just a little bit more time to wait. It kind of feels like a kid waiting for Christmas on Christmas Eve. And I'm sure you're excited as well. But when we think about before the Cape season, we got a lot of talks about there. You just finished a full season at Kent State, like I said. And it was your first season that you had actually played because, of course, season prior, COVID, we all know what happened, and you ended up redshirting. So just starting off before we kind of get into the nitty-gritty of a very successful season for you, what was it like to finally be able to play a collegiate baseball for Kent State?
Well, it was awesome because, my freshman fall, I tore my UCL and had to get Tommy John surgery. And kind of that whole rehab process was taxing. And then getting into the season, it was kind of like I hate to say it, but it was a great timing for me to have an injury like that because, season got canceled. But then did the rehab and everything, got back in the fall. And I was really excited to finally play this spring. It was awesome. Great time, for sure.
Well, and during that period, not only did we have a global pandemic, but you had a couple injuries. How did you kind of try to stay focused and motivated through that time? Because, it's very apparent that having serious injuries is a big mental tax on athletes. And then you add this unworldly pandemic. How did you kind of manage all of that during the summer?
Yeah, it was pretty hard for a little bit there, but once I got home and found out my own routine to do every day with like throwing, and because as I got home, I just started throwing then too. So just finding my own routine really helped to stay focused, and just like other stuff, like I couldn't really lift or anything, so it was kind of got boring for a little bit, but I did everything I could do. So.
And you don't have to give me the direct play-by-play, but what was that routine like that, kind of got you through the summer, rehabbed, and eventually built your way up so you were ready to train for the season that you'd have in 2021?
Well, it was a lot of like stretching and stuff, I'd say, before, and then I'd go to the field and throw, and I could hit at that point with a brace. And so I did that, and I would throw, and then I would have my routine after where I'd like do bands and arm care stuff. So, I could do a lot of stuff actually. It was just no lifting. Just like I said, finding a routine really helped me. So.
And so you're doing all that stretching, really taking care of your arm, ramping up to your next season. When you got closer and closer to the season, what was that like when you realized that, you could taste playing baseball again and it was so close to the start of the 2021 season?
It was really cool. Just like I told myself just to be ready, because I hadn't played baseball since 2 years almost, I guess, at that point. So just to be ready and mentally prepare, like visualization really helped me a bunch too. Just picturing myself having success. And I think that really helped me leading into the spring. So, and then obviously we got to have like inter squads before the season. So that also helped get me prepared.
And inter squads are nice. They kind of get you into that competitive nature. But you're about to step onto the field for the first time. Were there nerves there, or were you like very cool, calm, and collected in that moment?
Um, I was definitely nervous before the game, but as soon as it started, I kind of eased into it, got my first hit, my first at bat. So it kind of just was really exciting more than nervous to finally do that. So
Well, and this, technically speaking, was your first season of playing collegiate baseball.
yeah,
First hit and first at bat was a good omen for the season. You hit
yeah.
349, ton of extra base hits, and you ended up earning second team All MAC honors. What was that like? Not only having the success, but getting that accolade at the end of the season that kind of showcased that you really had come back into full force.
It was just like kind of relieving because yeah, like I said, I hadn't played for a while, and you don't know what could happen. You just have to do your best to control what you can control, and it was just really, really amazing that I got the opportunities that I did, and I took advantage of it in some cases. So I was really happy with it. Um, it was real relieving.
I'm sure it was a great relief, especially when, like you said, you hadn't played baseball for nearly 2 years, and presumably it had been a massive part of your life before then. And just to provide some context for that, I'm just curious, how did you get into the sport of baseball? Was there a specific moment, or was there somebody in your life that really pushed baseball? Or did you just pick up the ball and know, like, hey, I really love this sport?
Well, growing up, I always loved baseball. My dad played in college, and just it was just a thing in our family. So um, I guess I grew up with it, and I have an older brother that played Division I baseball at St. Bonaventure University. So just it kind of runs in the family a little bit. So
Well, and having that older brother and, that dad that played baseball at a high level, did they hand down any specific advice to you that you could utilize in your collegiate career and hopefully career beyond even college baseball?
well, I think just like staying aggressive, just being confident with what you do. Um, they definitely pass that along to me, and I feel like that has helped me to this point.
So staying aggressive, certainly a nice thing. So I'm curious, you tore it up this year, hitting 349. When you step to the plate, what's your approach? Are you somebody that kind of sits back, wants to see the pitcher throw a couple, or speaking to your aggressiveness, are you somebody who just likes to jump on the first pitch?
Yeah, if I see a first pitch strike, I'm probably swinging at it, most likely. So yeah, that's my kind of approach to the game is being aggressive, and if my mind can tell me no, then it'll tell me no to not swing at it. So
So just
a lot of pressure.
FYI, quick warning to any other pitchers that are playing on the Cape: don't groove one to Justin first pitch because he's not going to let it go by. Um, so yeah, that approach helped you have a killer season at Kent State. And this summer, you're playing in Orleans. We couldn't be more excited to have you. But can you just take me through that process of, how did you learn about the Cape and eventually learn that you would be a Firebird this season?
Well, I always knew about it, um, probably since when I was in high school. I kind of became accustomed to it just by other people talking, and then um, well, I was drafted out of high school, and my coming in my freshman year, I wanted to kind of play in the Cape after my freshman year, but I I couldn't get in, and so this fall, my coaches really worked hard to try to get me in, and there was no spots open, and then I signed with another team, and the league that I was going to was playing like 70 games, so um, kind of a lot of stress on my arm coming off injury, and I really wanted to go somewhere where we're playing less games and stuff like that. So um, this spring came around and I started doing well, and I guess the spot opened up for me for the Firebirds, and my coach got me in, my college coach. So I was really grateful for that.
Yeah, and what was that feeling like? What was that conversation when you knew you had tried, you wanted to come to the Cape, and you finally get the message that says, this is your ticket. You're playing in the Cape Cod Baseball League this summer.
Of course, it was awesome. I mean, just like I said before, it was relieving to finally realize that like you're not just it's I mean, I hadn't played in so long, so just to realize that it's not over and you can I'm getting better and stuff like that, just to realize that people are noticing too. So yeah, it was awesome.
Well, like I said before, we're stoked to have you. I'm stoked. I can't wait for the season to get started, and we'll be excited to see you in a Firebirds uniform. That was a lot of, your background as a baseball player, kind of how you had gotten here. But I like to throw something in the mix in these interviews in a segment I like to call the squeeze. And much like the play in baseball, it's chaotic, it's bang bang. You don't know what's going to happen. Outrun. Who knows? It's kind of like that in the fact that I'm going to put a minute on the clock and I'm just going to throw a bunch of quick hit questions at you, most of them not relating to baseball whatsoever, so we can get to know Justin off the field as well. So you think you're game for that?
I'm game. Yep.
All right, cool. I'm going to put a minute on the clock, and I got a bunch of questions, so we're going to start right now. First question, breakfast, lunch, or dinner?
Dinner.
Dinner. Okay, what's your favorite meal for dinner?
I like bar food, like wings and burgers mainly. That's probably my favorite.
Who's on the pregame playlist?
I like country, so like Luke Combs, probably.
Who doesn't like Luke Combs? Everybody likes Luke Combs. Good call. Do you have any pregame rituals?
Nothing like superstitious or anything like that. And so no.
Anything at all? It feels like you might be holding back a little bit.
I mean, I just have my routine, like hitting, and I do certain stuff before the game. Like baseball wise, there's nothing like weird that I do that's different. Like I don't tie my right shoe before my left or anything like that.
Fair enough. Final question. We're running out of time here. Favorite video game?
MLB The Show. 21.
Really?
Yes.
Now, I will tell you that is a semi-shocking answer because in my research leading up to this interview, kind of get to know your background, on the Kent State Athletics website, the last line of your player profile, I'm not sure if you know this, but it says, and I quote, undecided major who likes Fortnite.
Oh, yeah, I used to, of course.
Used to, not anymore, though?
No, they did that our freshman year, and like right when we got there, and that's when it was big. And I haven't played it since then, probably, actually.
So you've moved on from Fortnite,
I have.
Playing MLB The Show.
Yes.
Okay, it's a solid game. Do you use the Stadium Creator at all?
I have not. No, I've not done anything with that. I do Diamond Dynasty. That's my favorite.
Okay.
Game.
Do you have a pretty good squad?
89 overall. So not terrible.
Okay.
I haven't played in a little bit though. Kind of busy, but
he's busy on the actual Diamond, but when he's not, Diamond is also decent. We're running low on time real quick. A couple more questions. I have another kind of like miscellaneous random question that I found when I was doing some research. A lot of players, athletes, they'll either have a very active social media or a more passive one where it's just kind of retweeting their accomplishments of teammates, friends, whatnot. And that's what you have mostly on your Twitter. But I'm not going to let you get away on Instagram because there is a Instagram profile. I'll throw it up on the screen right now. It is called the Miknis fan page. I found this. It's got some absolute gold. Appears to be from high school on here. Presumably, I'm guessing you don't run it. Are you aware of this fan page?
Yeah, I'm aware of it. And my buddy from high school started it without my knowledge.
That's usually how it goes. Are there any fun stories from here? You got, a couple posts of you at formals, basketball. Was this something where, you just laughed it off, or you're like, oh,
yeah,
they keep just posting random stuff?
It was just a joke, coming from a small town, just to have someone that goes on to play college baseball somewhere, I think it's kind of a joke too. Just
For sure.
yeah. So
It's funny though. I think
really funny,
I think I can confidently say that you're the first Firebird I've talked to that has his own fan page. So congratulations for that.
Thank you.
But we'll actually run down on time in our interview right now. But before I let you go, I like to ask this to all players, especially when, like I said, the season's only 9 days away. I want to give you a chance to kind of give the fans of Orleans, Firebirds fans, a taste of what you're about. So I'm going to toss you up the simple question. What can Firebirds fans expect when Justin Miknis takes the field?
I think they can expect a lot of competitiveness. I don't like to lose. I love to win. And hopefully we can get a championship.
Absolutely. I think that's what all Orleans Firebirds fans are looking for. Once again, that was the catcher from Kent State, Justin Miknis. He's playing for the Firebirds this season, and we couldn't be more excited for him to take the field in just 9 days. Justin, safe travels to the Cape, and thanks for taking some time out of your day today.
Thank you. I appreciate it, Noah.